Okay, what is up, everybody? Hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? What's up? Phil here, live on the stream. How's it going? I am actually, for the first time, I'd say in about a week and a half, feeling a little bit better with my voice. Now, I'm just starting. I'm just starting a full day of streaming today, where I'm sure there will be, in particular, a lot of talking and a lot of screaming and raging at a game. As you know, when I play fighting games, I tend to get a little heated if and when I get hit by stuff that I'm, swear that I'm reacting to or blocking or whatever. So expect that today, just to forewarn everybody. But, welcome everyone. Yes, I am feeling a little better. My nose is still a little congested, and I just popped a decongestant, but my throat actually is feeling better than it has in about a week and a half. For a few days there, I'd say probably 4 or 5 days, my throat was all really badly swollen and just getting hoarse like crazy. So I think I'm going to do a little better today. It's starting to feel a little better, which is good. So, welcome today to my first of 2 gameplay streams, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Today is Thursday, January 18th, 2017. January 18th, 2018. You got to remember what year it is, folks. And this first stream will be my final beta stream of the Dragon Ball FighterZ beta, okay? They extended it after originally planning to have this beta run all last weekend, but then it did not work whatsoever on Sunday. Bandai Namco announced that they would have an extra day to play it, and so it has been extended, and it will be today, okay? Which is pretty cool. I'm pleased with that. I hope you guys are pleased too, because I have not been able to play with all the cast members in the beta. There was still Vegeta, Frieza, and I believe Krillin are the 3 characters I have not played with yet. So probably today what I'll do is mess around with them, see what I can figure out with them, and then if there's some characters that I don't like or whatever, maybe I'll do a final team of the characters who I've liked more than others or something like that. And see what was the team going to be for when the game really comes out. To keep in mind, there's also many characters coming out in the final version of this game next week that have not been in any of the betas. Isn't it Goku Black, Goku Rose, or whatever the fuck it is? Amongst many, I think Tien, Yamcha. There's a lot of characters, a small grouping of characters that have not been in anything. No one's touched them at all because they just haven't been available. So I guess we'll have to see when the game releases next week. When does the game release? It actually releases on Friday the 26th. So a week and a half from now. Actually, not even. A week and a day from now. 8 days from now. The full game. And of course, when I cover the full game, I'll be doing what I usually do. First, I'll probably play through the single-player narrative mode to get that done. And then I'll probably be checking out several characters in training mode and going online. If there's trials, I'll probably do some trials for each character to try to learn some basics with each character, basic bread and butter combos and the like. And that's the cool thing about fighting games, is that there's always so much content for them, because you got play the game offline, right? Both in whatever the single player modes are that are available, plus then go online. So you've got like 2 games in one in a lot of ways whenever you play a new fighting game, which is pretty cool. So, I'm excited for today. My final chance to get my hands on the game and mess it around a little bit with it before the big release next week, right? Tonight, the return of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. If you guys aren't aware, I have not played PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds since, what was it, Monday? So it's been a while, and, now we'll be coming back tonight with another session, which will be pretty fun. Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, Metal Gear Solid Survive. Well, excuse me, it's not Metal Gear Solid. It's just Metal Gear Survive. A new installment in the Metal Gear franchise by Konami with no involvement whatsoever by Hideo Kojima. I don't know about this. It's got microtransactions. It's online only. It's everything you love about games, I'm sure. Whenever you buy a game, you just cannot wait to pull out your wallet and just keep spending, right? Continuous revenue streams for Konami, because they definitely enjoy it. So, that will be tomorrow. We'll see what happens with that. I don't know how that's going to go tomorrow. That could be one of the worst streams I've ever done. gameplay-wise, but it also could be one of the most hilarious streams I've ever done. If it really is so bad, we can just tear the game a new fucking asshole. Seriously. I guess we'll find out. And then tomorrow night is completely up in the air. I'm going to do a poll tonight on my Twitter where you guys can vote on what multiplayer game do you want to see me play tomorrow night, Friday night. Do you want to see Call of Duty World War II, Star Wars Battlefront 2, or a new session of Fortnite? If you guys aren't aware, Fortnite has new additions to its map. There's, I think, 3 or 4 new areas they actually added to the world map now that were not previously in the game. So the game's a little bit different now, and everyone's kind of adjusting to it. So, excuse me. We'll see what people vote for overnight, and that'll be what I play tomorrow night. And then Saturday is Multiplayer Madness, where I'll be playing multiplayer all day long, which means the main gameplay stream will be another game that you guys will probably determine. It'll probably be, of the 2 games that were not voted in for Friday night, will be the contenders for the major stream on Saturday, okay? So let's say you guys vote in Call of Duty Friday night. Well, then that means the contenders for Saturday's main stream will be Star Wars Battlefront 2 or Fortnite, okay? So we'll see how this goes. And we'll see how this goes. We'll see, you know, what gets voted in, what doesn't. Saturday night will be more PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, okay? And then Sunday is the return to Demon's Souls. And if you guys aren't aware, Sunday may be the conclusion of Demon's Souls. Because last session, yesterday, I finally, after struggling like crazy in this game, using the starter weapon, the battle axe, the entirety of the game, finally got to a level where I had enough stats where I could use the meat cleaver, one of the boss weapons, and now I'm incredibly damaging. Like, I could really destroy enemies and bosses with only a couple hits, and I'm now basically steamrolling the game. And that's kind of the thing with the Demon's Souls and Dark Souls franchises. You will struggle like crazy until you finally get stats good enough to use the best weapons, and then boom, immediately the game just opens up for you. So I might actually finish Demon's Souls this Sunday, because really, what do I got left? I got stage 4-3, stage 5-3, and then stage 1-4, and then up to the final boss, right? So as long as I mean, I'm sure I'm going to die some, but I don't know how much I'm going to die, especially because now I got better armor. You know what I mean? Like, everything's being pretty, you know, it's not anywhere near as challenging as it was before when I had crappy armor and crappy weapon and all of that. I guess we'll see. So that's probably Sunday will be the conclusion of Demon's Souls, which means Monday may be wide open. Monday I may have an entire day to do whatever, because yeah, if basically Demon's Souls concludes on Sunday, I have really nothing planned for Monday. So it may just be a day where I just do whatever, willy-nilly. I just figure out on the fly, impromptu, do something. It's probably going to be multiplayer or something like that, you know. And then Tuesday is the premiere of The Impatient. If you don't know what that is, The Impatient is the PlayStation VR game. I know. How long has it been since I played PSVR? A year. I think the last time I touched the thing was when I did Resident Evil 7 in VR, right? It's been quite some time since I played anything in virtual reality. I'm sure when I plug the thing in, it's probably going to have updates and all kinds of shit to do, too, because I haven't used it in so long. So, yeah, a new game from the makers of Until Dawn. And what this is, if you're not aware, it's the prequel to Until Dawn. If you remember, in Until Dawn, there was an asylum that you went in. And this asylum was the place where people were being treated for turning into Wendigos. And so they were trying to figure out, you know, how people were being turned or whatever. But then eventually there was an outbreak where the Wendigos escaped and killed everybody. Well, apparently this is going to be a survival horror game where you are in this asylum as all this is going on. And, you know, it's going to be pretty interesting. I don't know how long the game is or whatever, but it's going to be a pretty fun playthrough. First of all, like I said, because I haven't done VR in so long. And number two, because we haven't done anything with survival horror in a while. I mean, it was The Evil Within back in October. And then before then, I think the last one was Outlast 2, which was like early 2017. So it should be pretty fun to jump into this game. Now, here's the thing. It's a PlayStation VR game, which means two things. Number one, I gotta have this giant fucking headset on my head. And as you guys know, my experiences with VR have been hit or miss, meaning some games have been really awesome. Other games, not so much. They've made me queasy and sick to my stomach. I don't know what's going to happen with the Impatient, especially because I haven't done VR in a year, right? And even when I did play VR actively at the end of 2016, I had to constantly take breaks. Like every 20 to 25 minutes, I had to take a break because it's too much. The thing fogs up. It's heavy on your head and neck. Just like I said when they had first announced VR for mainstream years ago, I said, I see this as a gimmick and not something that you could do for extended gameplay sessions. And all my predictions came true with the PSVR. So, I guess we'll have to see. You know, the other thing is, I cannot see cheers, subs, or tips during VR sessions. I can't see them because I'll have the headset on and I'm not going to be able to see the computer screen to see pop-ups and stuff. So that being said, I hope that people will be contributing, but I won't be able to give you shout-outs until I take said breaks to do little, shout-out segments. So I guess we'll see how stuff goes. Now, also that coming week, next week, we've got the next Batman, the Telltale series, new episode. And if you guys aren't aware, I am way behind on the Batman series. I've actually haven't played episodes 2 or 3, and this is episode 4 that's coming out. So what I may do is I may balance next week where maybe I do the Impatient as the early stream, and then later at night I do Batman as the second stream. Okay, that may be what the whole week ends up being. But I don't know, because here's the thing. I mean, I'm going to be honest. Both of those games really don't lend themselves to live streaming when you really think about it. There's no interactivity that I can do when I have the VR headset on. It's not even possible. And for Batman, it's a narrative-based game. To do interaction with you guys is actually, it would suck you out of the narrative experience of the game if constantly I'm pausing the game to give shout-outs for cheers and stuff. So honestly, I don't know how those games are going to work when it comes to streaming, and I don't know if that's really what I want my whole week to be. You know, people really like the PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and I want to keep doing that as kind of an alternating thing. So I don't necessarily want the whole week to be those two games until Dragon Ball comes out. So I don't know what I'm going to do next week. I'm kind of balancing in my head how I want to do it. And honestly, I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. I guess it's up to you guys. You know, we'll see. I mean, give me your feedback too. Let me know what you guys think of how I should handle this, because the last thing I want is, now that we're on a new high and everyone's enjoying the new interactive streams and we're all having fun with them and everything, then all of a sudden next week we go back to the old style of offline gameplay and everyone's like, this sucks. We're we want to cheer, sub, and tip, and we want to interact with Phil, and he's not interacting with us because he's playing games that he can't, I don't want that to be the whole week. Maybe the best way to handle it is not to do Batman next week and to save Batman for a time when I'm doing a better kind of game during the day that's more interactive, so that when I play Batman, you know what I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know. CMT himself says, maybe play the Batman, catch up with some of that on Monday, since I have no plans for it. You know what, CMT, you actually just gave me, that's a great idea. Maybe what we'll do is on Monday, I'll catch up with the 2 Batman episodes I haven't done, and then Monday night will be PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. So then Tuesday will be the Impatient and the new Batman episode, and then Wednesday can be the Impatient and PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Yeah, this is a good idea. Thank you. Wow, CMT. You get it. Hold on. You get a standing ovation. That actually was not what I wanted. Hold on. That was perfect. Sam T. See what I mean about how stream interactivity is better than me just trying to figure shit out by myself? On the fly, someone in the stream chat gives me a brilliant idea, and that's what I'm going to do. That's great, man. There you go. So big shout out to Sam T himself. I think we just figured out the schedule. Perfect. Golf clap. Very nice. All right, so in summary, Dragon Ball FighterZ, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds today. Tomorrow, the Metal Gear Survive beta with a multiplayer game you guys vote for overnight. Saturday, multiplayer all day, including PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Sunday, the conclusion of Demon's Souls. Monday, getting caught up with Batman plus PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Tuesday, The Impatient and the new episode of Batman. Boom! What a great selection of games. What a great, fun week we're going to have, guys. Thanks. Thanks for your support. Awesome. All right. Very nice. So that's out of the way. Thanks, everybody. Another thing, next week, I am considering doing a podcast. I have not done a podcast show in 2 months. It was actually on Thanksgiving Day, in November, that I held my last podcast. But that being said, if I did a podcast next week, I'm debating what I would talk about because, excuse me, definitely one segment that I would like to do is to get you guys caught up on how everything's going business-wise. I could give you an update on the tax situation. I could give you an update on how YouTube and Twitch have been performing so far this year. Obviously, I could give everyone I could do a whole segment on things that are going on, updates to things like YouTube and stuff that have been going on recently, net neutrality updates. There's a lot of stuff I could talk about there. And one big segment that I would want to do on the show is the gaming schedule update, which I have not had a chance to do at all. I would like to go through the gaming schedule for the next several months and let you guys know what games I'm actually interested in playing so that you have a rough idea of what to expect over the next, say, 3 to 4 months, okay? But all that being said, I'm curious to hear what you guys would like to hear on the podcast, okay? Is there something that you would like to hear me, talk about publicly? Is there something that would be an interest to you on the podcast if I do one? I'm not 100% saying I'm going to do one. I'm definitely saying there's definitely opportunity for me to do one with some topics and stuff to cover, but I'm not sure what you guys would want to hear me talk about in particular. So... just took a big sip of my Mountain Dew Kickstart. Refreshing. Okay, so let me know. Give me your feedback. Tweet me. I see some people talking in the stream chat now, and I'm noting what you guys are saying. Email me. Do whatever you want. Contact me. Let me know what would you like to hear if I did a podcast next week. By the way, if there is a podcast next week, it will be 1 week from now. Exactly. Okay? Okay, outside of all that, folks, let's do some updates in regards to things that we've been talking about. Subscribers, folks. You may have noticed, especially if you haven't been around the past couple of days, you might have just checked subscriber count. You said 481. That's weird. I could have sworn Phil was up to like 494 the other day, and he was about to hit 500, and that was his big tier 2 subscriber goal for the month. What happened? Well, folks, we had one day. It was yesterday? No, it was 2 days ago, where there was a big plummet in subs. I guess what happened is for some reason in December, in one single day, there were like 40 people who must have subscribed, and all of their subscriptions expired, and not everyone, I think only half the people came back to resub, which probably means there was probably a lot of gifted subs, I would assume. Because remember, in December, it was 20% off when you gifted a sub to somebody. So a lot of people were gifting subs to people during the month of December. So, even though that day I got like 20 new subs, 40 of them expired, so therefore it was like a net loss of 20. So we went from like 494 all the way down to like 474. Now, yesterday we had a big drive again, and now we got back up to 481. Okay. But, as you know, we are not, hitting the goal yet. We're very close. If we could get a rally in the next couple of days of people subscribing to the channel, we could definitely hit the 500 goal. And by the way, I mean, this is a complete coincidence. I swear to God. Absolutely hilarious. Today I was like, gee, my toothbrush is worn out. Let me see if I got an extra one. I look in my bottom drawer in my bathroom. Oh, here's an extra toothbrush. Wait a minute. What's this? Way in the back of the drawer, I'm not even kidding you, I found an Axe body detailer, unused. Do you know how old that thing must be? Because the Axe body detailer came out in 2010. And to have an extra one that was unused, That thing was probably, no lie, that thing's probably from like 2010, 2011, and I never used it. And I, for some reason, having it unopened, okay, brought it with me across the country when I moved from Connecticut to Washington in 2014. And it's been sitting at the back of my bottom bathroom drawer for 4 years. And I didn't even know I had it. And by the way, I had a bottle of Axe body wash. It was a Apollo scent, which was, it says on it, new. And I'm like, new? I thought Apollo's been out for a long time. So apparently this is like ancient stuff. I probably had it like in storage and shit, and I shipped it across the country. And now I have it here. I'm like, what the hell? So, yeah, I mean, if you guys aren't aware, the reward goal that I was going to do if we hit 500 subs, I was going to do another DSP Tries It in the shower. So how cool would it be to see me, 8 years later, do another silly style video similar to the one I did in late 2010 in my new, my modern shower. Now my shower is way different than my shower was back then. It would be pretty cool, but at the same time, we got to hit the goal, folks. We got to hit the goal, and right now we are 19 subs away from hitting the goal. So if that doesn't motivate you to subscribe to the channel, I don't know what will. There you go. So, just throwing that out there, folks. Plus, keep in mind, the past few weeks have been very, very active for my channel. If you guys aren't aware, not only did we get a dramatic increase in the amount of subscribers we had here, but the emotes have exploded. Just in the past couple of weeks, we got the new DSP Pepe emote, the DSP Sleeper emote, the DSP Snake emote, the DSP Goku emote, which I'm sure people will be using all day today during the gameplay of Dragon Ball FighterZ, and most recently, the wrong emote. So we got 5 new emotes that were all added in the last 3 weeks. Pretty exciting for those who are subscribers. Now you can use these emotes. They're pretty awesome, right? People are pretty excited. They like this stuff. And I'm very pleased that people enjoy this stuff. So, consider being a sub. Obviously, it helps me out. You get access to these awesome emotes. It's pretty cool, and obviously, it supports the channel. The growth has been amazing. By the way, again, I want to say thank you. You guys have been very supportive this year so far. I mean, we're only 18 days into the year. Things have been really well on Twitch and really horrible on YouTube. Which is kind of one of the things I would talk about on the podcast. But just to give you guys a rough idea of, how terrible it is to be a YouTube content creator these days. So I'm going to give you some perspective. I just got the numbers in, the half month numbers for my YouTube channel, DSPGaming. So in the first half of January, no lie, I did way more views in the first half of January than I got in December. Way more. All right. In fact, I think it was 1.5 times. So I got more than 50% more views in the first half of January, all right, than I did in December. However, money-wise, I made probably about half as much. Now, here's the thing. Some of that definitely has to do with the fact that I played Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 for a week, and Konami stole all my ad revenue. It's bullshit, okay? I barely made anything the first week of January on YouTube because of Konami being a bunch of fucking thieves. But, just in general, ad revenue on YouTube is abysmally bad right now. Abysmally bad, okay? There's no ads on the website. The ads that are running are paying nothing. I'm looking at now that the Metal Gear stuff is over, and I'm looking at days where I'm playing Demon Souls and then PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds and stuff like that. Still, it's terrible. And it probably will pick up. Typically, from what I see, it usually picks up around March, April, and then it stays pretty consistently decent through the summer. And then, of course, by the end of the year, it usually has a small increase for the holidays. But it's just bullshit at the beginning of the year when, a lot of people are like, well, it's a new year. Let's start new projects. Let's be refreshed. Let's do all this fun stuff, right? You work your butt off. You get nothing for it on YouTube. It's like you might as well take January off on YouTube if you're a YouTuber, a YouTube content creator, because you don't get anything for it. It's ridiculous. So for me, I'm reliant right now solely on Twitch. You guys have been really supportive and excellent, and I'm very appreciative of that. And I want to say thank you to everyone who's been coming out to the streams and supporting. It is much appreciated because I need the support with the fact that YouTube is so absolutely terrible right now with everything. Okay? Okay. All right, let's do some quick plugs, and then let's get started with Dragon Ball, our final session of Dragon Ball before the full game comes out next week. Okay. Slavic Odessa says most YouTubers do actually take the month off in January. Well, here's the thing. I guess most YouTubers who do YouTube for a living and can afford to do it. I can't, you know. I've never been able, never in my life, 10 years, I've been doing YouTube. 8 years, I did it for a living. Well, let me take that back. Between 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, 7 years I've done it for a living. I could never afford to take a month off. Maybe a few days here and there. At the most, maybe a week for a vacation. I have never been able to take a month away. I just never made that much money. I wish I did. I guess it's a nice luxury to have, to be able to take a month off and kick your feet up when you're, you know, when you're Logan Paul and you're making videos of dead bodies hanging in a fucking Japanese forest. You know, I guess it's okay to take a month off every once in a while. I'm just saying, you know, that's what the top YouTubers are doing. Unbelievable. Anyway. All right, ladies and gents. So let's talk. Let's do some plugs. Let's do our general plugs. So first of all, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your support, as I already said. If you are if you are a frequent viewer is what I meant to say, and you like my streams, you like my YouTube videos, you'd like to go above and beyond just being a standard. Did I say Logan Paul? I said Logan Paul, right? Because last night I said Luke Paul on Twitter by accident, and I said, oh, fuck, and I deleted the tweet, and I put Logan Paul. That's what I mean. The guy's such a non-entity to me. I don't even know his fucking name. I don't even remember it. He's just an asshole. Anyway, let's try this again. If you are a frequent stream viewer, if you are a frequent watcher of my content on YouTube, and you enjoy it, and you want to go above and beyond just being, you know, a common viewer, and maybe go, you know, do something a little bit extra to support my efforts and allow me to keep doing this full time, there are many ways that you could do so. The first, and one of the coolest ways, because it's one of the most interactive for you, is Patreon at patreon.com/DarksidePhil. All right? Check it out. Your pledges to my Patreon every month contribute to me being able to afford the cost of operating my business, including the cost of internet, cost of electricity, cost of video games, and any kind of equipment cost. For example, headphones, which I just bought new ones because I needed them. After, you know, 4 years of using the same headphones, they finally died on me. So that's just a few of the examples of things that, you know, patron funds help me out with. Now, the reason that Patreon is more interactive than other ways is because you actually directly get rewards based on what you pledge. They're called perk levels, okay? You could get text or verbal thank yous in my videos that go up on YouTube. You could get the ability to nominate and vote on games for events. For example, perfect opportunity right now, folks. If you pledge $5 or more to my Patreon by the end of this month, you'll have the ability to nominate and then vote on what indie-style games I'll be playing in an upcoming marathon. That marathon will either be in late February or early March. I'm leaning towards early March because of time purposes. But yeah, how awesome would it be to be able to control the games that I actually play in a big, you know, stream? Pretty awesome, right? And FYI, just so you know, patrons have a huge impact on those games. People are like, oh, I'm a patron. Well, I'll be one of like 400 people. No. I mean, typically, I'm not exaggerating here. Typically, we get maybe 30 people who nominate and vote on games. So it's a huge amount of power. You can get your questions answered on my bi-monthly show, Ask the King, a Q&A show. And if you do it now, if you pledge this month, by the end of this month for that, you will actually get your questions answered on next month's show. The next show is scheduled for late February, okay? Or you can get a private Q&A video made. I just made 3 of these last weekend, and everyone who got one loved them, all right? And I've actually got another one I believe I have to make this weekend. So it behooves you, if you want to get a little bit of more interactivity, more control over the stuff I do, get direct answers from me from your heated questions, all right, to pledge to my Patreon. So check it out, patreon.com/darksidephil. Keep in mind, if you want to get in for this month, you have to pledge by the end of the month. So you've got, what, 12 days left? Yes. 12 days left in the month to pledge and get in, all right? Number 2, there's my Teespring shop. Cool merchandise, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, mugs, really cool stuff. All designed by my viewers and fans. I can attest to the quality of the stuff because I own a bunch of it. I purchased it myself to wear on my streams. It's really good quality stuff. If you do buy anything from my Teespring shop, I get a pretty sizable commission from each sale. And if you want, send me a picture. Send me a picture on social media, all right? And I will share that on my Twitter so everyone else can see how awesome the stuff is, okay? Now, just to let you guys know, I have an update in regards to the upcoming 10th anniversary line of products. If you're not aware, this is my 10th anniversary as a YouTube content creator. It'll actually be around the fall. Well, actually, technically, it'll be around the summer. But if you're talking me actually doing gameplay, that would be around the fall of 10 years putting up these videos on the internet for free for you guys to enjoy, okay? In commemoration, there will be a 10th anniversary line of product. And the update I have for you, this line of product will be launching in the spring. I got a big update from the person designing some of the product, and he says it'll be ready in the springtime. So there you go, folks. It's coming up, but, you know, before that, if you want to get anything that's a current design, it's pretty awesome stuff. Check it out over there at my Teespring shop. All right? Last but certainly not least, ladies and gents, if you enjoy today's live stream, if you are indeed watching this live and not on demand, all right? Well, folks, you can jump in on the fun, and you can either cheer, sub, or tip. If you do any of those things, I will give you a verbal shout out during the course of today's stream. Now, I want you guys to understand, today is a fighting game stream. It's a little bit harder for me to on the fly react to what you guys are saying in cheers, subs, and tips. In particular, if I'm in the middle of a match, no, I can't just stop what I'm doing in a competitive match where I'm going to get my ass handed to me, if I do, and just start reacting to what you guys are saying. However, I will do my best, all right? I will do my best to actually, you know, give you shout-outs between matches and the like, okay? So far, I've done 2 major streams of this, and it's worked out. So, you know, it's not like it's not working well. It seems to be working out. So that's good. Now, if you cheer 50 bits or more, if you subscribe to the channel and click on the share button when you do, or if you tip me $2 or more during the course of today's stream, you'll also get a nice pop-up message in commemoration for your contributions. And so you get both visual and verbal recognition for what you've done, okay? Again, I will say thank you very much, everybody, for that, for your contributions. Again, right now, YouTube is incredibly bad, and I want it just... I would love nothing more than eventually to be able to free myself from the bullshit shackles of YouTube and say I don't need to worry about anything about ad revenue or anything on this website anymore, okay? I'd rather just be a streamer. And YouTube is nice that I upload the videos there for those who can't be there for the live streams, but I only want to care about streaming, right? And you guys are doing a tremendous help with that. You guys are pushing towards that with all of your contributions. You know, last year was amazing. This year, already we're off to a great start. And I'm feeling really positive about it. So let's keep going, all right? Let's not slow down. Let's just keep it going. And thank you again, everyone. So now it's time. Let's do some shout-outs before we get started with gameplay. Let's do shout-outs for those who have already contributed before I even started with gameplay. Sound good? Okay. And I guess I forgot to update the schedule here in the stream chat because it still says Wednesday. Sorry, everybody. Just a reminder, right now we're doing Dragon Ball FighterZ. Tonight is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. That's the schedule for today. Okay? All right. So, let me refresh my Moxie, which is the program that I use to track everyone's contributions. All right, so we had some we actually had some pretty significant overnight contributions. What do I mean by that? I mean people who are not here or cannot be here for the live streams necessarily, but instead they contribute overnight with cheer subs and tips on the channel when I'm not even here. I do catch that stuff, and I do react to it and give you your props, even though maybe you weren't here for the stream. You still get a shout out, which is pretty awesome, right? So first off, Golden Colts did a couple of cheers overnight, 25 bits and then 30 bits. Thank you very much, Golden Colts, for your overnight cheers. I appreciate that. Critical for Days did a 25-bit cheer. He says, Phil, how are you doing? Said, you said it's okay to make fun of your gameplay last stream. Is it okay to watch videos like This Is How You Don't Play and talk to the detractors, since I saw that not all of them are mentally ill? Anyway, don't think of me as an asshole because I watched some of those videos. Some of them seem to be a little bit fair and show that you actually won matches, and they don't always insult you. I just want you to know that some of these people who make these videos are not fucked up in the head, and they just want to make fun of your gameplay. All right. Critical for Days, I'm going to be very honest with you here. I don't care what you do in your own free time, and I certainly am no person to ask you to do stuff outside of watching my streams. Who am I to dictate what you do with your free time in your life, right? I'm not your boss. I'm not your, I'm not someone who's going to hold it against you because you decide to do stuff in your time that may not exactly be supportive of me. I don't care, you know? I mean, the bottom line is, this is the truth. A lot of people go and watch that stuff not knowing who I am, and they're like, huh, this guy seems kind of funny. He fails a lot of games. I want to go see what his actual content is. And so they'll actually come watch a live stream, and they're like, what the hell? I mean, yeah, Phil does fail a lot, and he does rage, but it's not all he does. So actually, the video that I just watched on YouTube is funny, but it really is a not an accurate representation of the real guy. And a lot of people in the past couple of years have said, you know, after seeing those negative videos, we come watch you, and now we're a fan. A lot of people here who come and cheer and everything say that, tell me that. And I'm okay with that, you know. Now, here's the thing. There's a big difference between people who watch negative videos about my gameplay versus people who watch negative, slanderous videos, completely fabricated bullshit about me and my personal life. You know, Phil is a thief and a pedophile and a violent criminal and a drug addict and he sleeps with whores. You know what I mean? That's a lot different than, oh, Phil sucks at games. There's two completely different things. I don't mind people making fun of me when I say, oh, you sucks at games. I don't care. I've been on the internet for 10 years. At this point, if I didn't have thick skin, I certainly wouldn't be here anymore, okay? I don't care about that, but when you're going to try to slander me and literally just make shit up to try to get drama views on your YouTube channel, that's a completely different thing, okay? And the other thing is, yeah, I'm fully aware that not everyone who makes videos about me that aren't in a positive light, they don't necessarily hate me. They're not out to get me. They're not trying to hurt me, all right? There are people who are like that. Don't get me wrong. But no, I'm fully aware that a lot of it is just kind of joking, right? And again, I have no control over what people do in their private life. Who am I to say, how dare you, right? The one thing I will say, because this is being a very honest answer to this cheer. When you do watch those videos, that This Is How You Don't Play videos, if you don't actually watch the original content, you do realize that you are basically taking revenue out of my pocket. Because my original playthrough has ads on it, and that's what I make my money on. Versus if you're watching stolen videos from that playthrough edited into a montage, you know, to make fun of it, okay. But I would hope that at least if you're going to do that, please make the effort to at least come check a stream out or just watch a couple of my raw YouTube videos. Gives at least a little bit of effort to at least watch the original content as well. That way at least I get something out of it, because that's the thing. There's a lot of people who only watch the negative videos, which are all literally stolen content, and then I get nothing out of it. And you're like, gee, you know, now I can't pay my bills this month because everyone went and saw my big popular playthrough over in a negative video, and I didn't watch the original thing. You know what I mean? So please, at least if you are into those videos, at least give an effort to check something out that is actually mine. But I don't mind if you watch them. That's what I mean. I think people are very intelligent and are able to make their own decisions based off of their own experiences and their own judgment. And I'm pretty sure that there are people who can watch those videos and then come watch my stuff and realize that, you know, it's all kind of humor, tongue-in-cheek humor, one-sided, you know. And that's a very different, you know, when those videos first came out, I didn't understand them, and my attitude was like, fuck you if you watch them, you're an asshole. I'm not like that anymore. You know, I've kind of wised up and matured up over the years, and I understand, you know, that they definitely have a place. In particular, YouTube being now a negative website, very toxic. I'm not surprised that negative videos get priority over everything else, quite frankly. Okay. But it is what it is, all right? Okay. Critical for Days also did another 25-bit cheer and says, sorry for the long cheer, but I wanted you to hear your answer on the subject. Thank you for 10 years of content. And then Golden Colts did a couple more cheers. He did another 60-bit and another 25-bit. So thanks to both Critical for Days and Golden Colts for your contributions overnight. And Sidella, 434, right before the stream started, he subscribed. Awesome. Thank you for the sub, Sidella, and your support. All right, now, let's do some shout-outs for people who contributed once the stream started. We had Alexander Rossi, who did a 25-bit cheer and says, Phil, are you going to buy a $70 box of cardboard with a Nintendo logo slapped on it? No, Sidella, or I said Sidella, shit. No, Alexander, I'm holding out for the $100 box of 10 balloons that you'll be able to blow up and make balloon animals with in front of your Switch, and then you could play a game with those. $100 for 10 different balloons and a piece of software to put in front of your Switch. Because you all know we should all be paying money for things that are fucking free. A lot of people didn't understand what I said on Twitter yesterday. It's very simple. There's two things that I don't like about the Nintendo Labo, or was it Labo, right? L-A-B-O. Number one, boxes are free. I'm going to say that again. Boxes are free. When you buy anything, it comes in a box. That box is free. And typically when kids play with boxes, the reason they do is because you got a giant fucking box and nothing to do with it. All right? And in particular, when I was a kid, my parents would buy stuff for the house or whatever, have these boxes and say, here, Philip, play with this box. Oh, thanks, Mom and Dad. And I would cut holes in it, and I would draw on it, and I would design things to wear. I would design a fort to sit in. You know what I mean? That's the cool thing about cardboard. It's easy to mess around with, easy to manipulate. It's free because it already came with something else you bought, and you mess around with it. It's a fun toy for kids. It's safe. How are you going to get hurt with cardboard unless you fucking eat it, right? That's what the point of cardboard is. That's what the point of building with boxes is. Not, oh, well, if you want to play with a box, you need to own a Nintendo Switch, and then you got to buy a $70 piece of software with a bunch of printed out cardboard that you fold meticulously into something that interacts with your game console. You've missed the point. The point of playing with boxes is that they're cheap and or free, and kids use their imagination in order to create things with the boxes. One kid might see a box and say, I see a robot. One kid might see a box and say, I see a castle. One kid might see a box and say, I see a box. And that's the point. It brings out the originality and the imagination and the individuality of the child to mess around with that piece of art and turn it into what they want. It promotes thinking and imagination. When you are selling cardboard that can become one specific thing to interact with a video game, you've missed the fucking point of kids playing with boxes. And you're just lining the pockets of Nintendo with a ton of fucking money they don't deserve because the idea is fucking stupid. It's really stupid. It drives me bonkers, dude. It seriously does drive me bonkers to see that shit. And then people attacking me because I'm being critical and saying, don't you understand that kids are supposed to be creative, that they don't always need an electronic device to have fun and to do stuff anymore in the modern world, that kids are supposed to have imaginations and they're supposed to do things for themselves and have fun with invisible things and boxes. You know what I mean? When I was a kid, that was part of me growing up and becoming an imaginative person and a thinker, was because I had to think for things for myself. Not because every time I wanted to play, my parents had to drop $370 fucking dollars to get an electronic device for me to play. That's the point I'm making. But people don't get that. Instead, you're making fun of Nintendo. You don't understand it's for kids. No, I do get it's for kids. You're just being an ignorant fanboy who just likes everything Nintendo does instead of thinking for 3 fucking seconds for yourself. You can't get your fucking, you can't get Miyamoto's balls out of your mouth for more than 5 seconds to realize this is a stupid idea. Another money-making scheme from Nintendo, like the fucking amiibos that people are falling for. Hook, line, and stinker. But it is what it is. I guess people just want to be ignorant. Go ahead. I cannot change you. I can't. Anyway, shout out to Prank Black, who subscribed to the channel for the second month in a row. Thank you very much, Prank Black, for 2 months of, thank you very much for 2 months of support. I appreciate it. Sedella did a 100-bit cheer and says, my dad last night said, why would I want to spend my money on cardboard? And I agree with him. I'd rather see Resident Evil 4 on the Switch with new Mercenaries maps. That Nintendo news was lame, to be honest with you. It was another Nintendo non-announcement, but people are so hungry for Nintendo news because their Switches are literally sitting around unused because there hasn't been anything out new for the Switch to play in months, that they, you know, everyone beat Super Mario Odyssey and they're like, now what do I do with this fucking thing? Oh, good, play with cardboard in April. Oh my God. Anyway, King of Hypocrisy did a 25-bit cheer. He said, did you hear about Trump's fake news awards? You should have your own version, the Detractor Awards. Give them out to the biggest nunnicks who dwell in the toxic toilet juice of the internet. King of Hypocrisy, as funny as that would be and probably as much attention as I would get from it, it would also promote the negativity and it would probably make people want to top what people have already done. So it would be counterproductive and I will not do it. Shout out to Henjin Boo, who subscribed to the channel at tier 1. Thank you, Henjin Boo, for the sub. Infinite55 did a 250-bit cheer. Thank you, Infinite. He says, Phil, how are you this fine day? Presumably, the drama has died down. The drama's done. The drama is done. 100%. There's no drama going on. Things are back to normal. We can sit here and have fun on a productive gameplay stream and just enjoy ourselves. It's over. The drama has subsided. We're back on track. I'm pleased. I hope you guys are too. No drama-free stream. Lots of fun today. Excellent. Kaisen did a 200-bit cheer. Says, when is Metal Gear Survive? Tomorrow. Originally, I was going to do it today, but since this Dragon Ball FighterZ beta is only available for today, I said, let's swap. So this is today, and then tomorrow will be the Metal Gear Survive stream. Thank you, Kaisen, for the cheer. Battle Duck 9000 just did a 3,000-bit cheer and says, 3,000, excuse me. Let's try that again. Battle Duck 9000 just did a 300-bit cheer and says, I've missed the past few streams, but first, I raise my glass to the whole ridiculous brownie debacle sorting itself out. Second, did you hear that new YouTube changes may institute or killing and kill off little YouTubers even more? Well, I already addressed the drama, so let's skip that part. Absolutely, I heard about the changes to YouTube. I talked about them on Twitter. Quite frankly, I personally don't agree with them. I think the problem with YouTube is not little guys sucking up ad revenue and little guys making videos that are offensive to advertisers. I think the problem is big YouTubers being completely irresponsible and putting out toxic, garbage, viral content for the sake of going viral. They're purposely making toxic, negative videos because people like to see that shit. Much like reality TV, they want to see the worst of humanity. So that's what goes viral on YouTube due to their automated algorithms that don't fucking promote good content. And then they make ridiculous millions of dollars making these garbage videos. And then advertisers see this and say, well, we don't want to advertise on garbage videos. I mean, what kind of person would even watch that? Certainly no one that's going to buy our car or our product. So fuck this. And then they pull their advertisements and then YouTube goes into the toilet again. So what really needs to happen is YouTube needs to be regulating the top channels, not the little ones, in my opinion. But some people are saying, no, the fact that every little YouTube channel was getting advertisements, was bringing away a lot of the advertisements from those who do YouTube for a living and or have larger YouTube channels and deserve the revenue for putting in the hard work into their channels. There's definitely different schools of thought about these changes that YouTube is instituting. I think what I may do is have a big segment on the podcast next week about this. Okay? So I guess maybe we'll go more into depth about that then. Okay? Elliscore tipped me $2. Thank you, Elliscore, for the tip. He says, Phil, it's been a while. You may not remember me, maybe for the best, but I left with a bad taste in my mouth. I'm back, and I'm better than ever. Like Eric Bischoff, I guess. I'm tired of the hate thrown at you daily. It's stupid and immature. Best of luck to you and your girlfriend. Well, thank you, Elliscore, for that nice sentiment. As I said, it seems to me like things really are turning around for the positive. I'm not exaggerating, guys. Like, I am feeling such a positive vibe. I got people coming back to me and saying, Phil, I was turned off from you a couple years ago. You know what? I'm back. Things are awesome. I love your stuff. I'm getting that more and more every day. A new thing. People, again, I watch a negative video about you on the internet. I came and checked out your stuff. It's fun. I'm here. I'm a fan now. That's cool, man. Welcome to everyone. You know, like I said, I've matured over the years. I realized that how things are, and now everything's black and white. And, you know, the more the merrier. Welcome, welcome. Let's all have fun together. That's what I'm all about. Battle Duck did another 100-bit cheer and says, can I play Nintendo with my imaginary Casho money? Well, I don't know what Casho money is, but I mean, this is if Nintendo can make software for cardboard, just think of the potential, right? Nintendo Air. $95 to buy a piece of software and a bag of air. And you can manipulate the air in this bag to do things with the software. It's great. Because you should buy air, right? Because it's Nintendo Air. It's not just normal air. It's free. And all around you at all times. It's a bag of Nintendo Air. Oh my God. People are so fucking gullible. I just... Anyway. Tokyo Trump did a 25-bit cheer. Says, hello, Phil. Hello. Tokyo Trump's been doing these cheers. I think it's a meme now. He's been doing it for like 3 straight days. I'm not sure what he means, but it's pretty funny. Mr. Swaggins did a 60-bit cheer. He says, I'm back. I will calm down with the messages. I just tried to add comedy to the stream after all the negativity. Mr. Swaggins, no worries. You are very welcome here on streams. Your cheers are very welcome here on streams. Just be aware, and I'll say this to everyone who watches. If you guys do cheer, sub, or tip, sometimes people will harass you on Twitch. These are mentally ill people who literally think that they're effective. They're not. In fact, a lot of people have told me because they get messages and spam on Twitch when they contribute to me and my streams, they contribute more. It actually motivates them to contribute even more because people are negative about it. So block those people if you can. Report them to Twitch. Get them banned off the website. I am very appreciative for all of your contributions. Mr. Swaggins, I'm sorry that you were attacked by people yesterday, and I welcome you back wholeheartedly. There you go. Straight Cash Homie did a 1,000-bit cheer to become the cheerleader for today's stream. And says, DSP haters, gonna hate, keep up the awesome content. Thank you, Straight Cash Homie, for the cheer. I appreciate that. And Battle Duck did another 100-bit cheer and says, Imagination DLC not included. Exactly. Literally what's going on with Nintendo is they're saying, take all the things you already do for free that include your imagination and throw your imagination away because Nintendo does it better. Nintendo knows better than you what your kid's imagination should be. So instead of just giving them a cardboard box and maybe some crayons and scissors and letting them do what they want to do creatively with it, buy our Nintendo approved cardboard boxes so that they can play with our $300 console and a $70 piece of software. You know what I mean? It's sick. It really is sick. That's fucked up to me. Like, for me, that's like the equivalent of saying, kids don't need to go outside and play anymore. They should just sit inside and play on their fucking phones. It's like, what? Like, you realize that physical activity is good for children who are in development of their bodies, and that if they just sit around stagnant all fucking day, that their bodies will atrophy and they'll never grow to be healthy individuals. They should be outside playing, not sitting on a fucking Switch or playing with a phone. That's what they should be doing. I'm not saying that in moderation, being on a console or a phone isn't good. I'm saying that it needs to be in moderation. And when you take a critical thing that kids have always done, playing with cardboard boxes, and you turn it into a $370 profitable transaction for Nintendo, that's fucking sick. And the fact that people can't see that because they got their Nintendo fanboy blinders on is even sicker. Okay. And then you get the nice negative toxic guy whose name is actually literally Toxic. But he says, Toxic Ingenium. But that says the guy who sits around playing video games and uploading videos for 10 hours a day. Yes, because I'm 35 years old and it's my job. I'm not 5 years old and developing into an adult and need strenuous physical activity in order to develop my body, which is the point I'm making. But it goes over your head. I mean, your name is Toxic. Obviously, it seeped into your fucking brain that you can't understand the point I'm making because you don't have the amount of intelligence to get it. So, there you go. Jack Spartacus just did a 25-bit cheer. And he says, I think I would rather just keep playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 on my Switch. Yeah, you mean you would actually like to play a normal video game and not another gimmick? It's really that stupid 1-2 Switch shit. 1-2 Switch was not a video game. It was a virtual duel where the software, if you want to call it that, told you won the virtual duel. Wow. I really needed to pay to get that, didn't I? What Nintendo is literally doing at this point is saying, how can we have revenue streams from idiots? How do we fool the common moron into giving us money for zero effort? Let's have cardboard boxes. Let's have virtual air duels. What else can they do? Here, take your Switch and buy the toothbrushing software. $60. It tracks when you brush, and you earn like coins and points as you brush your teeth, but it's $60. Like, you know what I mean? Things you already do, but give Nintendo money to do them. Unbelievable. Your boy Bob just did a 100-bit cheer. He says, yeah, there's no virtual console yet on the Nintendo Switch, but there's cardboard games. Yep. Unbelievable. All right. All right, is there anything else? I think we're good, right? Any more shout-outs? I guess we're good. All right, thank you guys already, obviously, for your contributions. Very nice. We are up to 482 subscriptions. We've got 80 to go. 80? Boy, I'm an idiot. We've got 18 to go. 18 subscriptions to go. Well, that was a misspeaking there. So, folks, please consider the big push here towards 500 subs. The more subs, the merrier. We've got all day to try to see as many we can get. I'll keep a running tally. I'll let you know when the subs go up. And obviously, like I said, I'll be giving you shout-outs for cheer subs and tips all day long. Sound good? All righty. Let's do this. Let's boot up Dragon Ball FighterZ. All right, here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Chatamary just subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Chatamary. That's probably going to get us up to 483 subs. So we'll be 17 away from the big goal. All right, let's do this.